What's going on, you guys? Kenny here, also known as Solifan85. Welcome to another vlog. I wanted to talk to you about two things, and they interconnect. Changes and people. Uh, it's a funny thing about life. Change happens. Things progress, things digress, things evolve, things roll back. It never stays the same. And people are the same way. Um, well, most people. Some people never change, either for good or bad. But for the most part, there's change, progress, evolution. When it comes to ideas, legalities, policies, things that humans need, things that help us, things that don't help us. It's just the truth of life, things change. Things never stay the same. It's truth as a whole here on the planet. It's a truth as a whole here in humanity. It's a truth as a whole in society. It's a truth as a whole in a country and religion. You look back at the timeline of everything I just mentioned, and it's never the same. It either got worse or better over time. Sometimes both, depending on the detail. So how do you deal with that? I mean, how do you accept what you were taught, say as a kid, and what you know now as a grown-up? This is something I've wrestled with personally. It's something we all go through. But you even still go through the same thing if you're religious, if you're secular and you become religious, if you're religious and you become secular. Secular means non-religious, basically. And you go through these changes. You're married, you're not married, you're a total people person, you totally care, but then you learn to be a little bit more selfish with yourself and your emotions and your feelings, which is something I went through. It's those ups and downs, it's those constants and variables that really make life what it is. For some of us, it's easier to deal with. For others, it's the most complicated freaking thing on the planet because we don't know how to deal. Either due to disorder or due to our upbringing, due to, whatever it may be. Or just because you're not built to be able to understand it, There's so many factors in it. But there is one thing that never really changes, and that's truth. Truth is immeasurable when it comes to life. The one truth about humanity is that we survive. We have survived for so long on this planet because we are survivors. We've survived one way or another. We've survived more than a few ice ages. We've survived running with beasts that want to kill us. We've survived by breeding like rabbits. Because we are innumerable when it comes to the planet. In some ways, in a negative way. We are very overpopulated, but we survive. We keep going as a whole. We may war with each other. We may disagree with each other. We may lift each other up. We may tear each other down. But as a whole, we keep going. That fascinates me. That has always fascinated me about humanity, about humans, about us as individuals. We go through these seasons, man. We go through ups and downs, but we survive somehow. And we keep going. There is something that keeps us going. Now, there's another hardcore truth in that some of us don't keep going. Some of us give up because we don't know how to deal or because we don't want to anymore. This is another hardcore truth that has happened billions of times throughout our history. And those lives have been stopped in numerous ways. They're no longer among us, whether due to natural causes, unnatural causes, self-inflicted, involuntary. But for those of us that are still here, we still have an impact on everything and everyone around us because we keep going. Rather for positive or negative, we still keep going. And it still blows my mind. It just blows my mind that we're still here, we're still going. We are ravaging the planet in a lot of ways. We're ravaging each other in a lot of ways. But for all that negative, there's also a lot of positive. Another truth of the human condition is that majority of us it's a lot easier to concentrate on that negative, with or without a disorder. It's a lot easier to feed off of that negativity, rage, and that's the scary part. But there are those of us that feed off the happiness and the hope. And again, depending on who you are, it's vice versa on what's easy and what's not. But again, boil it down. We still keep going. Why do we keep focusing on that? Why do we keep feeding whatever keeps us going? Humanity is a spectrum. Good and bad. Voluntary, involuntary. Hope. Loss. Negative, positive. And then there's all the in between. That's where all the details of life come in. And it's just so fascinating to me that happens. It's crazy. It blows my mind. We're capable of good things. We're capable of evil things, you know. But what it comes down to is you as an individual. It comes down to the choices you make. It comes down to the actions you take. And it comes down to what you want out of life, what you want to do to people, what you want to do for people, how you want to represent yourself, how much you want to either change yourself or stay who you are. Again, it could go either way, positive or negative. That's purely up to you. But we keep going. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I hope this finds you well. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. See ya.